Good morning. Welcome back.
Good morning.
Okay, today we're going to quickly go over the outline of process one more time, what each step is, what it's there for. Again, this is the process I use in any session I do with somebody. It's different if I'm doing a party. It's different if I'm goofing around and messing with stuff on the street. I don't have to do it all. I still include a lot of it only because it locks people in a much faster, cleaner way. It sounds lengthy, but it actually only takes seconds to do the vast majority of it. Item number one is the act of compliance. This can be anything where you ask them to do something. Ask it in a casual, direct way. Don't make it like, would you please step over here? If you do that, you're not in control. What you want to say is, could you step over here, please? And then when they do, they've just started the process of doing what you tell them. So that first act of compliance sets them the mental pattern of doing what you say. If you're sitting in chairs facing each other, and would you move your chair forward, please? A little more. Thank you. Or sit up straight, or put your hands on your legs, whatever. Anything where they are following a very direct instruction. That starts things moving in the direction that you want them to go. The next step is the eye engagement. This is simply getting that person to look you in the eye. If you can do it, if you have to say words to do it, that's okay, but it is way more effective if you can get it with nothing more, if you can do it non-verbally. Even if that means taking your hands and going, okay, it's like you're giving an instruction, but there's no words attached. And then if you can do it by just staring at them, and then they will eventually catch your eyes and they will focus on your eyes because they see you focusing on their eyes. That's even more powerful because each step of that creates a process of linking your brain to theirs, so to speak, for lack of a better phrase. And the less you have to do to make that happen, the more effective it is when it happens because the more focused they are on you. And again, this whole process of hypnosis is trying to shrink their thinking down to one thought, and that thought is whatever you say it is. The less words you can do that with, the better you have done that. So, first you get the act of compliance, then you get the eye engagement, then what I call the second act of compliance. Once they are focused on you, you simply say, take a slow, deep breath. And make sure you stress slow because that's your cue. Are they following your instructions? If they take a fast breath or it's real shallow, then say it again. Take a slow, deep breath. Okay? The reason you want to do that is it is a second act of compliance. They are complying with what you say, but it also, that slow, deep breath starts calming them down inside, making it easier for them to focus on you. So once you've hit those three steps, you already have this person pretty well locked in. I mean, at this point, you already can tell, after just a few times of doing this, you'll already be at the point where you can tell this person's going to go fast, or I'm going to have to take this one a little bit slower. Okay? Does that make sense? All right, the next thing is the induction. Any induction, it doesn't matter, or no induction at all. I don't care. I mean, I've had people at that point, honestly, at the slow, deep breath, if you're looking at their face and they already start looking like a zombie, just close your eyes and sleep and watch them drop. If they don't look all zombified by that point, which probably going to be at least half the people, then do an induction. If you are doing a sit-down session with somebody, do an induction. They are expecting it. It will make it better for them because they are getting what they think they're paying for. They're actually paying you for a result at the end of the whole process, but they think they're paying for you to do some fancy mystical thing and hypnotize them. And if you're doing it at a party or something, it impresses everybody else in the room and everybody thinks you have some kind of magical powers, and it's a lot more fun. Being impressive is fun. As soon as you say sleep, you go directly into step 5, the rapid deepeners, or if you will, the simple deepeners. meaning just saying deeper, 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 deeper. If you're going to do something, anything, no matter what, you should always tell them. If you're just going to be saying deeper, 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 that is in and of itself an instruction. Okay? If you're going to count, tell them what you're going to do. I'm going to count down from 3 to 0. I'm going to count down from 10 to 0. I'm going to count whatever, and tell them what you expect to happen. I'm going to count from 3 to 0. When I get to 0, you're going to be 50 times deeper. It's simple, it's straightforward, it's direct. You do a simple deepener. I like to do 2 of them. If you're sitting down with me for a session, you will almost always hear sleep. Deeper, deeper, deeper. That's right. Now in a moment, I'm going to count down from 3 to 0, blah, blah, blah. Because that's my standard pattern. Again, if I'm going to cover this one point from yesterday, I know exactly what's going to happen almost word for word from the minute we sit down to the minute we get up. I know it almost word for word. Why? That way I don't have to think about what I'm going to say. I can be focused on the person sitting in front of me. If you're not used to it, get used to it. When you're with somebody to do hypnosis, they are doing you a favor. They are honoring you by saying, yeah, I'll let you get in my head for a minute. Don't take that lightly. Don't treat it like, it's just another thing. Yeah, it is cool that you're the hypnotist, but you need to make sure you keep in mind the concept that this person is allowing you to get in their head. Treat them. Be there for them. Be focused on them. As soon as you've gotten through the rapid deepeners, move right into the boilerplate just as quickly as possible. Because that's where you take control of everything around that you already know is going to happen. There's going to be sounds. I don't care if it's nothing more than the AC kicking on. There's going to be sounds. Make sure that any sound that they hear, even if it's self-talk, anything they hear makes them focus on you more and follow your instructions even easier. Okay? Anything they feel, make sure you protect yourself. Go through the whole boilerplate because you're locking down the environment when you do that. The next thing is the complex deepeners. Now, no, you don't necessarily have to do these like at a party or whatever. I do them most of the time because it makes the state so intense, so complete, that I can do anything and everything I want. When you are doing the way I do a session, it is imperative. I didn't really stress this yesterday because we didn't really go over the complex deepeners. The deal with this is the structure for the golden box, the structure for where the change work takes place in the process. You want to get through at least one complex deepener to really have them out there because you're going to use that to move into the change work section. That's why it comes next. You do your complex deepener and use that to jump into the change work part of it, the golden box. When you finish the golden box, you'll add the last step in the golden box is to get agreement from them, from the subconscious mind, that it will make the changes. The next thing is you move right into the magic mirror, which we will go over today. The magic mirror is where, remember yesterday I talked about the 3 things that everybody's going to come to you for. They're going to be there because they want to feel good, feel well, and be happy. The magic mirror is going to make that happen. It's going to have them walk away from you feeling absolutely wonderful. It's going to have them walking away feeling better about themselves than they probably have felt in a long time. Once you've gotten through the magic mirror, then you use the 5-step exduction that I'm going to throw in a little bit on that later today when we actually start doing the change work. You can add to the change work, not necessarily add more details, but add to the intensity of the change work at this point when you're bringing them up by reminding them of the changes that are going to have happened because of the change work. So that's the full 10 steps of a normal session as I do it. Okay? That's the full 10 steps so that when you go through these, the session is complete and you have gotten the changes that you want.